As many of us know, just last week, Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, passed away. It was an incredibly long life devoted to service and to public service. And when a life is that long, there's always something, I think, that we should all be looking to learn from. And there are things we can learn from. Much of Prince Philip's life has been portrayed and continues to be portrayed in the Netflix hit television series, The Crown. And while there's lots of cinematic additions and creative license taken, a lot of those episodes are based on true events. There's one episode in particular that came to mind when I first heard of Prince Philip's passing last week, and it's called Moon Dust. At the beginning of that episode, Prince Philip is sitting at one of the first meetings of St. George's House. It was then a group of Christian leaders and intellectuals that were coming together to seek to bring wisdom and renewed insight to the big issues of the day. And Prince Philip had been invited. It was 1969. But he was upset. He was really angry. And in that meeting, he was getting increasingly frustrated with the inward-looking nature of these men, that they would just come and sit together and pray together and not actually achieve anything. And he says in the Crown episode, very excitedly and agitatedly, you know what you all need to do? You need to get off your backsides and get out there and actually do something. And he storms out. It's no coincidence that during that episode in that very week, the man's first mission to the moon had just returned to Earth. And the astronauts that had been on that mission were coming to meet Prince Philip and the Queen. And so there's no question, certainly in the way the episode is structured and portrayed, that that had a big part to play in Prince Philip's understanding of achievement. He was upset with the St. George's House men because he had placed achievement at the heart of success. For that Prince Philip, achievement was everything. Success began with achievement. But then something fascinating happens. He meets the astronauts and he's completely underwhelmed and unimpressed. And he's speaking to the Queen in the episode that evening after he meets them. And he says, I don't know what I was thinking. I was expecting them to be like giants, like gods, but they were just three pale-faced kids with colds. He learned something, that there is more to success than human achievement, that what he was seeking for, the grandeur, the prestige, the reputational power of success and fame and celebrity wasn't enough to satisfy the longings of his heart and the hopes of his heart. One of the final scenes of that episode is Prince Philip back at the St. George's House gathering, asking for forgiveness, saying that he was sorry, and saying to these men whom he derided just a week ago, saying very, very powerfully, without faith, what is there? Just the loneliness and anticlimax of going all the way to the moon to realize that there's nothing there but haunting desolation, as opposed to what we get when we accept God's design and purpose for us, the wonder, the ecstasy of divine creation. It's a wonder and ecstasy that we all have access to today. And it's an important lesson that we can take from Prince Philip himself. That was a turning point in his journey of faith. That was the moment where he realized that success doesn't begin with achievement. Success begins with faith. But not just faith in anything, faith in the God of the universe.